Hello everyone. In this series, we are going to build a fully modular and production ready third person shooter framework completely from scratch. This framework is the combination of various modular systems like injection system, dual weapon setup, inventory, advanced locomotion, modular weapon configuration, grenade mechanics, health, dynamic crosshair, dynamic compass, and weapon wheel system. I will explain each system in detail and show you how to integrate them to build a solid foundation for any TPS game. First, I will cover everything step by step in Blueprint, and at the end of each video, I will also explain how you can approach the same system in C++ as well. Just keep in mind, this is not an absolute beginner's course. To get the most out of it, you should already have some experience in Blueprint and the Unreal Editor. Around 3 to 6 months will be ideal. Same for the C++ part as well. You should have some experience with traditional C++ programming. Well, if you prefer to focus only on Blueprint, you can simply skip the C++ section, included at the end of each video. Let's start with the interaction system. First, let's see how Far Cry 4 handle this. As you can see here, when the player is in range of a weapon and wants to interact, they don't just tap a button. They press and hold the F key, and this smooth rectangular progress bar starts filling up to show exactly how long it needs to be held. It feels more polished compared to instantly equipping the weapon. I recreated the same system. Whenever a weapon is in range of the player, it starts glowing, indicating that it's ready to interact. Now I am pressing and holding the F key. If I release it midway, the interaction will fail. But if I hold it long enough, you will notice the progress bar gradually fills up until the interaction completes successfully. Well, this is not limited to the weapons. The exact same system works for all types of interactable items, with no extra logic needed. Watch here as I interact with different items. For example, we have different types of ammo for different weapons like rifle, pistol, and shotgun ammo. If you interact with rifle ammo, a notification pops up confirming the pickup, and the rifle ammo count in the inventory increases. The same happens with the other types of ammo as well. In the same way, you can pick up a grenade and it will update your inventory. When you interact with a bag, it not only attaches to the player's back, but also increases the inventory size in the background. You can also pick up different types of health kits like bandages for restoring player health and energy drinks for recovering stamina. Each of these uses the same interaction base with customizable settings you can tweak directly in the editor. Next, I wanted a wheel menu system, something like GTA 5. As you can see here, player opened the wheel menu and can equip or unequip weapons. Everything looks super clean. But there is one thing I personally don't like. Notice how when a weapon is stored, it just disappears from the player's back. Even if the player has 3-4 weapons, you don't see any of them unless one is equipped. But that's not the case in the Days Gone. Here, the player's entire inventory is visible. Rifle on the back, pistol on the side, maybe a shotgun on the shoulder. This adds realism and clarity. So I built my system to work that way. This is the wheel menu setup. It's a dual weapon system, meaning you can switch between 2 weapons like this. Or just press 2 on the keyboard for quick switch. You can also store any weapon like this, or equip your primary weapon like this. Again, you can just press 1 as a shortcut to do the same. Now let's talk about grenade system. Maybe you like this Days Gone style. It's pretty smooth. Or maybe the PUBG style. Like in Days Gone, here too, whenever the player starts throwing, a prediction path is generated, and a timer progress bar shows the explosion countdown. In both games, Days Gone or PUBG, the core mechanics remains the same. I recreated this grenade system as well. Whenever players select grenade from the wheel menu, the prediction path appears immediately. It updates in real time based on player movement and rotation. So the player always knows where the grenade will land. And once the left mouse button is pressed, the player throws the grenade and a timer progress bar appears just like in PUBG, showing exactly when the grenade will explode. After the timer completes, it explodes. Well, as you may notice, the animation looks a bit off. That's because I don't have a proper animation for this. But you can easily imagine how smooth this system would feel with high quality assets. And yes, the player can cancel the throw as well. Let's assume you selected a grenade from the wheel menu but then changed your mind. Just press the right mouse button and the throw is cancelled immediately. You don't have to open the wheel menu to throw grenades either. Just press T and the grenade system activates. Then again left mouse to throw, right mouse to cancel, same logic, just quicker access. Now let's look at the health system. In PUBG, when stamina is low, players use energy drinks to gradually regain it. Notice this little progress timer while the players consumes the drink. It shows how long until stamina starts restoring. I have mimicked that health system here. You can select energy drink from the wheel menu and the player starts using it. And this timer progress bar will tell you exactly how long until stamina is restored. Same for the bandages. Select them from the menu and your health begins to regenerate. Like before, you can use health items without the wheel menu too. Press Q for the energy drink, press Ctrl for bandage. Watch this notification system in action. If the player tries to use something that is not available in the inventory, in this case a bandage, a notification appears saying no bandages. This modular notification system tells the player exactly what's going on, whether it's a missing item or a successful pickup. You will also see this notification pop up whenever a pickup is successful. It's just an extra layer of clarity so that player always knows what they have grabbed. Alright, now let's talk about all the weapons and the settings we have available for tweaking. In this framework, there are 3 weapon types: rifle, pistol and shotgun. All of them work a bit differently and each has its own child class, where you can adjust settings or even create an entirely new weapon variation. For example, let's open this pistol class. As you can see, there is no blueprint code here. That's because all the core logic is already set up in the parent C++ class. If you want to see what settings you can change, just search setup in the details panel. Everything exposed to blueprint will show up right here. As you can see, there are plenty of settings. And simply tweaking these values lets you create a completely new weapon class. Because this system is modular, you can keep extending it further, either in blueprint or C++, whichever you prefer. Now let's take a look at what options are here. Weapon name, weapon type, ammo type, locomotion type. This changes how the player moves when this weapon is equipped. Firing range, firing rate, spread angle is basically accuracy of the bullet. Clip size, muzzle flash, fire sound, icons, and a lot more to explore. We will cover how to set this up from scratch and create modular weapon like this throughout the series. Now it's time for Crosshair system. You have probably noticed in games like Call of Duty, whenever the player starts jogging, the crosshair spreads out. This shows that if you fire while moving, your bullets can land anywhere within that spread. And when the player stops moving, the crosshair shrinks back in, indicating improved accuracy. So here is how I have set this up in my project. Whenever the player starts moving, you can see the crosshair spreads out, showing decreased accuracy. And notice when I fire, the bullet doesn't always hit dead center. When I stop moving, the crosshair contracts, showing the accuracy is back to normal. If I start aiming, the crosshair shrinks even further, signaling the most accurate firing mode. When I fire in this state, the bullets hit exactly in the middle of the crosshair. And different weapons also have different crosshair styles. For example, the pistol and shotgun each have their own look but mechanics behind them remain the same. Not only that, but the crosshair will also change color when an enemy is in range. You can see here, when I focus on an enemy, the crosshair turns red, and when I look away, it changes back to the default color. These are just a few examples of what we are going to explore in this series. From creating modular weapons to building responsive crosshair that feel polished and dynamic. After the end of this series, you will have your own TPS framework that you can extend into a full-fledged game, either entirely in Blueprint or with C++. Additionally, if you would like to explore this modular TPS core mechanics right now, you can grab it from my Patreon. Link is in the description and pinned comment. It's highly modular. All the core mechanics are written in C++ and all the key variables are exposed to Blueprint, so you can easily tweak and customize everything without touching code. So that's the end of this video. In the next video, we will set up the project.